Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deep Cat's Reactions and my name's Greg, and this is the last one for today. So, I've been doing a fair amount of stuff where it's not music, it's something from some show. And that's kind of what this is, but I don't I don't know what this is, okay? It says it's an interview with Frank Zappa done in Sydney in 1973, and the little blurb that they said, is he's persistently questioned by a female student. Does anyone know who she is? So maybe you guys can tell me. Maybe she's somebody famous. I have no clue, but I just thought this might be kind of entertaining. Zappa's always entertaining. So here we go.
Do you ascribe any political revolutionary implications to rock?
Um,
And that's using a fairly narrow definition of politics.
well, tell me what your narrow definition
Well, I'm
is.
cutting out drugs and sex.
Well, what are you including?
Why I ask it is it seems to me that to ascribe any political significance to rock is to fall victim to a sort of Hollywood mentality that suggests that there can't even be political change without musical accompaniment.
Oh, no, that's not true. I think that rock, in some ways, describes the mood of that mass of the population that listens to the music and that selects the music that identifies with most as being the most popular. And so by judging which records are the most popular, you can gain some kind of marketing concept of what the mentality is of the audience. So
Right,
it's an
so
indicator.
what does the scene look like now when you've got groups like the Osmonds, the Jackson 5, dishing up this sort of trite stuff at the moment?
But see, there's always been groups like the Osmonds and the Jackson 5 and the Beatles and everybody else all down the line within the framework of formula radio.
But they're getting younger. Where will it all end?
What, the groups or the audience for the groups?
The groups, I guess the audiences too, since they're traditionally a couple of years younger.
Well, when you have a situation where radio is controlled strictly on the basis of how much money the sponsors can make from buying time on the air, and the station has to present ratings to the sponsor which show that they have the largest audience, and when they do research and find out that the thing that people want to hear most is the Osmond Brothers and whatever else, that shows you something about the mentality of the audience.
Doesn't show you their age, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
but there are stations that cater to various age groups in the United States. I don't know what your radio scene is here, but in the United States they have rock stations, they have FM jazz type stations, they have classical stations, they have middle of the road stations, and each one caters to a particular audience. And if you study the programming on each one of those types of stations, it'll give you information about the mentality of the people who ascribe to it.
And I have a feeling there was probably quite a bit more, but that's all they had in the little clip. That was very interesting. I don't know who she was, but there were some idiotic questions in there as far as I was concerned, having kind of come from that era, in 73. And no, the Mothers of Invention were not a radio-friendly band, but they definitely had a following. And yes, rock and roll was real political back then. Not all of it, not all of it. There were bands like the Cowsills, or what they were saying, the Osmond Brothers, but a lot of it was. But a lot of it did not get played on traditional radio, certainly not AM radio. I remember when God, I don't know, it was like 69 or something, I saved up my pennies and bought an FM radio so I could tune in to the underground station that came on at midnight and listen to Country Joe and the Fish, the Chambers Brothers, the Airplane, all those people who were playing stuff, that, like with the Chambers Brothers, their main song, Time Has Come Today, was, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. It was a long, long song, and it was not suitable for traditional radio, but on the underground stations they would play that, and of course the DJ puts something like that on and then goes off and does whatever, but yeah, it was a whole different format. But yeah, I thought Frank was very intelligent, as he always was. He's a smart guy. So anyway, that was kind of entertaining. So maybe people can tell me who she was. I'm curious, who the whole group of people were, and what TV show that was. I don't know. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. So hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Later. Bye bye.